Dax looked like he said that shit right here in this image. Like, oh damn, for real?
He
That's
must
what
have
that looks
known.
like.
He must have known that he wasn't going to be number one because look at his face.
Yeah,
That's
look
the
at those
face of
eyes.
disdain.
That's
He's
the
like,
face of a number. That's the face of we the ones, and we ain't the twos. We ain't the twos. Just getting mad about it right off the jump.
I mean, if you think about it, you have we the ones, and the FTR always puts up number two, so they should be number two.
Yeah, I mean,
They
they
got
go
two belts, three
hard.
belts.
They got
They got three belts.
opportunity for a third or fourth. Where are we at? Think about it. A fourth belt tonight. We'll
Yeah.
find out all that and more as the show begins. Let's get to the intro and start this show.
This is everything else. Yeah. This is everything else. Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Everything Else. I'm your host, Marcus Stagratton Finale, and I am joined by not one, not two, but all three faces of Jemal. It's exclusive tag team edition of the show. How you doing today, Jemal?
Man, I'm another year older, another year wiser, and another year of oh, I forget. I'm getting old, man.
I'm getting old. I can't remember. I'm having my dentures. I'm in my dentures and my Metamucil and V8 and whatever old people do these days. Icy hot commercials or something. Whatever Shaq is up to. Shaq is sure. I'm sure if you're old right now, Shaq is selling you something that you need.
He got that general car insurance. He got that icy hot for your.
At this point,
he was eating Christmas trees last night.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. He got that pounce. Into that Christmas tree. That might be the greatest Christmas tree bump of all time because he really disappeared into that tree.
He disappeared into the fucking tree.
That was absolutely amazing, my son. I was like, get him, kitty. Get him, kitty.
You should have known better than to raise somebody's nickname the Jet.
Nah, they beats him every now and then. I'll beat Kenny bow-legged ass too into that wall.
Oh man.
But let's not talk too much about what's going on in the NBA studios in Atlanta. Let's talk about what's going on in the PWI top 100 tag teams. Where shocking breaking news. I don't know how this hit you, but the Usos are number one. They the ones, and y'all the twos. Is that they're saying. Now, Uncle Dax on his Twitter took to it, was like, what? The Paul Heyman writing this out. This is bullshit. And this is paraphrasing, but bullshit. They should be number one. They have all the tag team gold in the world. They are the most featured team. Now, Jemal, I come to you with your insight, your deep analysis. Who should be number one in the tag team top 100?
Well, it's no question. The Usos, the bloodline is the hottest thing going for like 3 years now, bro. Like anything that's associated with the bloodline is money right now. It's the hottest thing in pro wrestling. Usos are the tag team of that group. They're number one. No ifs, ands, buts, fuss, what's, nuts, cuts about it. And there's a lot of great tag teams out there. I watch a lot of pro wrestling. There's a lot of great tag teams out there, but the Usos are getting their fucking flowers this year.
Yeah. And with all these tag teams are about, this is as I think I said either on this show or on one of the 5,000 shows we have on this damn channel. This is the greatest time to be a tag team wrestler because there are so many, like you said, really good tag teams out there on all shows. To the point where even, when WWE would have one or two tag teams, they are up to their all-time high of maybe 5 or 6 different tag teams. And that's just counting the main roster, not even in the NXT verse where you're talking about the Creeds and Pretty Deadly or whatever and all that. But there's a lot of tag teams out there, and I feel like the Usos were number one. They had the bigger scale matches. They've not lost. I don't remember the last time they've lost a match. They've
as a
had
tag team.
bangers. Yeah, as a tag team, as singles, whatever. They're about 50-50. They win more than Dax in singles, but they don't win. Dax don't win no singles. Dax go out there and put it all, but Dax gonna lose. But they've had matches with the Brutes, the Prophets, the New Day, and as Sheamus would say, banger after banger after banger. And it's been this whole year, whether it's against RK Bro, which was an earlier tag team before Randy went down. I mean, they went out there and they competed against the best, and I have no problem putting the Usos number one in this. Arguably, with that being said, FTR at number two probably have the best year of any wrestlers out there right now.
Any
Just
tag
in
team
general.
wrestling, any tag team wrestlers out there, but that's definitely not my number two. They're definitely my number three, but we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah.
No, go into that. Let's go into your number two, because if FTR is my number two, I feel like no one competed with them other than the tag team you're probably going to mention right now, who they wrestled with multiple times this year. But I feel like they just had a year, and whether it's Dax separate matches and he's going on side fighting Bryan Danielson, Punk, or whoever, or Jericho, or whatever he's doing. You have that, and then you have the tag team stuff, whether it was against either Aussie Open or where the Bucks or whoever the hell they fought this year. They fought everybody, the Briscoes themselves, like just all classic, great all-time matches. It's just consistency. That's what they don't have.
So with that word consistency, I'm gonna throw this next tag team out there to you, and you're gonna tell me the last time that you've seen a bad this team's match. The Briscoes.
Yes.
When's the last time that you've seen a bad Briscoes match? When's the last time you've seen them boys walk down that aisle in any capacity on any show, whether it's NWA, Ring of Honor, AEW, New Japan? Like, it doesn't even like House of Glory. Like, it doesn't matter where they go. When's the last time you seen a bad Briscoes match?
Okay, I'm gonna raise my hand on the Return of the Dragon show. I was not feeling them versus the Rock and Roll Express, because the Rock and Roll Express is 90 years old. I was like, I don't want to see them, and they did the job for them too. And I was like, no, I'm going to consider that one their bad match. But other than that, when they have real matches with real actual athletes, competitors of modern times, they do not fail to deliver. They are and have been probably the best tag team in the past 15 to 20 years, just consistently together. I wouldn't argue that. But
they're definitely my number two. Yeah. My number two. They wrestled everybody. They've wrestled WWE talent. They've wrestled New Japan talent. They've wrestled so much different talent in this past year alone, on the indie circuit, on television, on on multiple stages, and delivered. Whether they win or whether they lose is irrelevant for them to be one of the best tag teams out there. The reason why they're number two is because they do in fact lose. The Usos have not been losing. They've just been winning and winning and winning. That's why they are number two. That's why Briscoes are number two for me. Now, the reason why I give the Briscoes the edge for being like number two as opposed to number 3 or 4 is because they've been on television. And unfortunately, FTR, I'm wearing an AEW shirt. I fucks with you, but guess what? Who else is fucking with you unless you're fucking obscure like me looking for your matches? Why do I have to look for your matches? If I type in the Briscoes, the matches are just going to pop up. If I type in FTR, they're still going to go to your WWE NXT days. If I type it in right now, it's going to NXT TakeOver, fucking, DIY and AOP. Like, that's what it's going to. It's not going to anything concurrent that you got going on. Never mind that you have 3 of the prestigious tag team championships in all of wrestling. you know, the New Japan Pro Wrestling IWGP Tag Team Championships, the fucking AAA Tag Team Championships, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, who you beat the Briscoes and they still got the edge. Like, it's crazy, man. It's
My
crazy.
whole thing with FTR is like you're saying is with they do have 3 different titles right now, and a chance, you know, tonight on Dynamite to win a 4th, but they're not winning. They're not beating the Acclaim tonight. It's not happening. The reason they don't get the edge is because their 3 titles, they're not defended consistently or on a good, like, you got to fight, like you said, you have to pay to see them on some pay-per-view, on Fight or something, or you got to have New Japan World to catch one of their matches when they're defending the IWGP title, which I think they've only defended twice this year. The Ring of Honor title, I do not recognize any Ring of Honor title as its current state. It is not Ring of Honor because according to sources, there's only 8 people signed to Ring of Honor, and I have no fucking clue who that is because that they even have a pay-per-view coming up this week. Nothing's happening with that. Nothing's happening. You know, it's a lot of stuff out
Jericho, Castagnoli 2, STP, and some dude versus Keith Lee and Swerve again.
Yeah.
Mercedes Martinez and Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. I think Daniel Garcia is defending. I should know. I think
he's going against Yuta. I think he's going against Yuta.
Yeah, Yuta, Wheeler Yuta.
I think. But we've gotten that already. So
they got their tag team, they got their teams, they got their championships up and running. Samoa Joe gonna face somebody.
I know. That's where we are with this pay-per-view. Like, we could have sit here and said we're gonna preview Final Battle, but that shit still being put together.
Like, which is basically like, you know, Ring of Honor's WrestleMania. That's their WrestleMania. Yeah. Final Battle is their Final WrestleMania, and this is what we get.
It's, you know, like it's
in limbo. You can't blame Ring of Honor. You got to blame AEW at this point.
AEW runs Ring of Honor. They don't have a show. Ring of Honor is not acknowledged as a title. It's basically what I'm getting at. Now the New Japan titles, they go to, you know, they have that, but it's not defended as much because they're not taking their ass to Japan, or they're fighting it on consistent basis or whatnot. They come out with it. The AAA titles, I think they defended it once. Maybe?
Nah, they defended it like at least 10 times now. But again, the coverage in
I don't even know where. Yeah.
Exactly. The coverage in Mexico and the coverage in you know, the indie circuit is not as prominent.
Yeah, so that's why FTR drops this. It's not like they're not delivering. It's not like they're having bad matches. They're having great matches. They're having a great year, but it's just not visible. And I blame Tony Khan for this one. I blame him for not featuring them on the show. He features everybody else and their mama from different brands, but the people on his brand, he fails to remember they're on his brand.
There's no reason why I have the motherfucking Firm all over my fucking TV screen when I have FTR, one of the greatest tag teams, not on my screen on Rampage or even Dynamite or even Elevation or anything like that. Like, come on, son. TK, you have one of the best tag teams in the world. Do better. I mean, you have great tag teams in AEW, but, you know.
Not featured. Again, they touted their tag division in the early stages, but it seems to be like they're ready to go with makeshift tag teams lately. And I'm not trying to tell you that AEW should do better, I guess, but they can do better in which their tag teams, in which they're like, oh, we're going to just create a tag team of Swerve and Keith Lee just to break them up. And then we're going to create War Joe.
What the fuck was that? Like, you know, shit. War Joe. The Firm. What the fuck? Who's all in the Firm? I don't even know. Lee Moriarty, Kaz. Who else? All Ego, Ethan Page. Wasn't you part of another great tag team called the North? Remember that? That was a great tag team.
Those were the
Impact though. Shit.
But anyway, you put those top 3. I'm not gonna argue with it. The Briscoes, the Usos, and FTR. I'm not gonna argue with you. They're 3 of the best tag teams ever. Just period. Not even just of this year, next year, but in the past 10 years, 15 years, these guys have been the definitive tag teams of wrestling. And then, Jemal, who would you have as your 4th as we go over our top 5? instead of the PWI's top 5. I guess.
Shit, you know, I'm gonna be surprised where they put the Young Bucks at because you know the whole CM Punk incident. But no, just for those that are watching this right now, the Young Bucks are nowhere near this top 5. They're not even in the top 10 right now.
Ooh,
they are all-time top 5, all-time top 5. But this list, this year, this calendar year, they're not in the top 10. Probably barely scratching the top 20, perhaps, maybe. But that's because they've been absent, they've been dormant, they've been running a show, they've been suspended, they've been family well vacationed. Like, you know, they worked their ass off to fucking build a brand and make it happen. So let's just get the Young Bucks up out of here. Now, for those that are looking at the obvious number 2 tag team in AEW, which is the Lucha Bros, they are not my number 4. They're not my number 5. They're actually 7th. They're my 7th tag team on like a top 10 scale list. But I'm just tossing those out the way so everybody, oh, but what about this tag team? But what about this tag team? No. My number 4 is gonna go to the United Empire's Aussie Open.
Ooh,
They've been killing the game since they joined up with Will Ospreay way back in like May or freaking April or whatever. Not they've just been pushing it, facing all these different tag teams from like Australia, New Zealand, Japan. They've been whooping Japan's ass the whole fucking time. They've been fucking coming to America. They've been doing their damn thing. Like anytime that they are in the ring, you are guaranteed a fantastic match. Whether again, it's one of those situations whether they win or lose is irrelevant. It's just that the Aussie Open is a great fucking tag team and they destroy niggas. They wrestled people in Impact, they wrestled people in AEW, New Japan, like all the indies. Like it just makes sense for the Aussie Open to be, they're the first ever never open weight tag team champions, the New Japan Strong tag team champions, which the Motor City Machine Guns now hold, who is my number 6 by the way of
you have a full top 10. I didn't even go past 5. I was just going like these are my people.
They're my number 6 right away. But yeah, man. So yeah,
so as you went with Aussie Open, which I'm not going to dispute, great tag team. Is they're in my top 5, but I will argue that Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb is the better tag team. They've won more this year, I feel like. In the United Empire. The United Empire got mad tag teams. But
the United Empire is a tag team. Let's just throw that out there, okay?
It's 3 tag teams and Will Ospreay.
Whoever you pair them up with each other, it still works. Whether it's Aaron Hanari and TJP, Francisco Akira and Great O'Khan, like it does not matter. Will Ospreay and the Aussie Open, arguably better than the Elite. Freaking like you could put Ospreay with Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan, and that's going to be arguably better than the Elite or even LIJ at that point. Like, you know, it does not matter. United Empire is just a faction that has to be reckoned with. Seriously.
When it comes to tag teams, they're the elite of the tag teams. And that's why I would argue and put maybe even Aussie Open / Jeff Cobb and all that and Great O'Khan as one long as number 4. Because they had a hell of a tag team year.
So you're putting the United Empire as a whole on
as a 4, as a
number 4.
A very controversial pick, probably.
I can go either way. I can agree with you on that. But like for me, because Aussie Open's been a team for a long time, like prior to joining the United Empire, like watching them before and then watching them now, like it's 2 completely different tag teams, even though they've elevated themselves. No funny. So Aussie is going to be, for me, it's the Usos, the Briscoes, FTR, Aussie Open, and I bet you can't even guess my number 5.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my number 5 because I'm still going back and forth with my 5 first. My 5, I'm going back and forth with it. And one of them, you know, it's 3 teams basically. I went, and they're all WWE teams, spoiler alert. It went Street Profits,
Okay.
Rated Arcade, not Rated Arcade, bro. Wrong team. Arcade Bro,
Mm-hmm.
and the Creed Brothers. I thought they had a really good year in tag team wrestling, but I think I'm going to give it to the Street Profits because considering longevity, as everybody else seems to get hurt. And they've had a pretty
Absolutely.
good year. They ain't won nothing. But they have come. They've had some really good matches, and even Dawkins has shown a lot of improvement.
Dawkins is massively improved since people talking about he's the fucking Genetti of the group.
He's
Ever since he heard that shit, he's been working his ass off. Which the Profits are not in my top 10, but they are in my top 15. So they're interchangeable with like 13, 14, 15, like like that. When you said the Creed Brothers, they wasn't on my radar too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that they won tag team gold. I know that Roderick Strong angle and the Damian Kemp shit and all of that. But, until they do something of significance, other than the Dusty Cup and the tag titles, like, okay, this is NXT. That was NXT, like colorful NXT. That was like the
Hey,
color.
I respect the minor leagues. I respect the minor league.
You feel me? There's other tag teams that are doing what they're doing, but better. There's other tag teams out there.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say the main event for my number 5.
They're out there in the streets doing everything. They got one more title shot, one last chance against the Briscoes.
I'm gonna be there.
This weekend, next weekend.
At La Boom, December 17th. I'm gonna be at La Boom.
Hey, that's good. That's a hell of a card, by the way. That is a hell of a card.
Can't wait.
Jacob Fatu.
I got that shit. That shit basically because I went to see Kenta, and I'm getting Kenta versus Low Key. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Those dudes are gonna kick the
Then I'm getting Fatu and Nick Aldis, and I'm getting the main event versus Briscoes 3.
It's a hell of a card.
Can't wait, bro. December
Speaking
17th.
of Nick Aldis, let me announce that Manny has announced that Gravy King is here.
The Gravy King.
I'm sure he's gonna leave after here. Nick Aldis is fighting Jacob Fatu again
for the HOG Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
First title defense of Jacob Fatu. But I think Jacob Fatu is gonna eat him, yo.
He's gonna kill him. I hope he kills him.
Eat him.
I hope he kills him. Wait, who was your number 5 again?
What? The main event.
Who's your number? The main event. I had to think about. I was like, wait, who did you say? Oh yeah, House of Glory main event. So, what have they won? I feel like they've won a bunch of number 1 contender matches. They won a bunch of stuff, but
they've won a bunch of indie tournaments. They've won a bunch of indie tag team championships and stuff like that. But what makes me put them at number 5 is basically the tag teams that they've been facing recently. And it's been a who's who of independent circuits and stuff like that. They are missing some top tier teams that they need to face. FTR, they faced Aussie Open before. They've faced the Briscoes before, obviously. As I mentioned, a lot of the AEW talent that they've beaten. So, they've beaten Private Party how many fucking times now?
I've beaten Private Party 2 times. Me and you teamed up last week and beat Private Party in a tag match.
This is not a slight on Private Party. They're one of the better tag teams in AEW. They need to get their tag team title shot, not that one bullshit. No, they got to get their fair ones because they're one of the better tag teams in AEW. So
I would like for them the Acclaim to have a program.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
a real program, like it's a feud that builds somewhere, and it's like, oh, this is where we're going with this. Instead of Private Party gets a title shot against Acclaim tonight. What? I woke up to that. Okay.
I want that to be like a build up to like pay-per-view or a big event or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
And they need to abandon Matt Hardy as well. Well, those are our top 5. Let me go over the PWI's top 5 so far. They have the Usos number 1, FTR number 2.
Hold on. Pause. Who was your 5?
Huh? Oh, I went with Street Profits.
Oh, the Street Profits. Yes, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on, sir.
Carry on. All right, Briscoes at 3, Lucha Bros at 4, and Double Crazy, Stardom, Izaki, and Ku. Jesus. I'm just gonna say Double Trouble. I can't read that, but it's a Stardom tag team. Apparently,
Well deserved for that list that they made, because I didn't even mention any of the female tag teams. But again, most of the female tag teams that I have, I only have 3 of them cracking the top 20.
Yeah.
So
It hasn't been really a good year for female tag teams ever since Sasha and Naomi threw those belts in the events. And
it showed.
There hasn't really been a tag team.
Definitely showed. Like, we went from great teams like the Iconics. We had Fire and Flavor with Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz. What a great tag team that was. You know what I'm saying? They do have Allison Kay and Marty
Hex.
Bell, the Hex. They got Vex, which is Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green, but
but they might be even broken up. I think they broke up because of Mickey's last rodeo or some shit.
Ridiculousness. I'm going home. What?
Yeah, you got the Casey Express and Toxic Attraction. Toxic Attraction could crack in to top tag team.
Number 11. Number 11.
They could actually crack in there. I didn't think about them at all. They didn't come to mind, but they could probably crack into there and break this women's barrier. But the Hex, the young Arcade Bro, they had number 6, Good Brothers 7. I think that's a little high for them. Young Bucks,
yeah, that's
8.
Really high, super high.
Yeah, maybe because they won the Impact titles like 3 times in a year. I don't know.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Everybody knows Carl Anderson is the reason why that team is keeping afloat. Gallows is trash.
Yeah,
and I'm Bullet Club.
I wouldn't put the Hex ahead of Toxic Attraction, but they have them at 9. I would probably reverse that or some way, switch it. Violence is Forever. Kevin Koo. I don't know who this team is. This is formerly of MLW. Whose Violence is Forever is their number 10. I see Open 11. Then they have United Empire at 12. They basically did what I did and put those together at 11 and 12.
But they should really be number 4, like you said.
Yeah, they should be up there. Street Profits at 13. Toxic Attraction 14. Los Ingobernables.
Who?
Los Ingobernables at 15. Black Desire, apparently another Stardom tag team, at 16. La Rebellion at 17. Maybe. They probably wouldn't make my top 20.
Overhype.
Yeah. Swerve in Our Glory at 18. I don't know because they weren't in the team. They weren't in the team for what? 3 months? 2 months?
No sway.
It's not even a real team.
No damn sense.
This one, I don't know how this is even in there. Sasha and Naomi for their 1 week of teaming together, basically. I mean, they were at WrestleMania together, but they haven't been on TV in months on months on months. So that would drop them down for me.
It's the hype that was brought with them throwing those shits away.
Yeah.
Throwing the Beyblades away.
And number 20, the Acclaim. I would have the Acclaim pushed up due to not only the titles they've won, matches they've won, but how beloved the Acclaim has become over time. Like they are probably the most they're the most over tag team in AEW right now. Like clearly it's them and Daddy scissoring Daddy ass and everything. That's all people want to see when it comes to tag team wrestling. And that is the top 20 of the PWI. We can go all through the list, but there's a lot of people who I do not know. At 25, Chris Leclerc, PWI put Damage Control, which I can't even rank because they've been around for a minute. They've been around for a minute.
For being such a short tenured tag team, like winning the tag team titles twice, it means something. But again, if we were separating it from like men and women's tag teams, then they'll definitely be kind of high. But at the same time, it's just like if we're looking at tag team as a whole, they should really kind of be lower than that.
Jared Orla said AEW had dropped the ball with Private Party. I can agree. They had a lot of momentum They beat the Young Bucks in the first
They
ever
beat the
tournament,
Young Bucks, bro.
and they
beat the
never
Young
did
Bucks.
anything after that.
They beat the Young Bucks at House of Glory. They beat the Young Bucks at fucking AEW television. They should have been tag team champions at least 2 times now or some shit. Like, if they could get a program like the Main Event and Private Party, like if they could do that House of Glory kind of thing and have that rivalry. And then look, that's the thing with AEW too. They hire a lot of HOG talent. The stories are there. Just put it on television. The story is right there. Put it on television. That's it. That's all they got to do. Literally. Put it on TV.
Put it on TV. Just put it on one time. Just
put
give
it on
them,
TV.
Like, I don't think the Private Party has had a significant story since they've joined AEW.
They've been bounced around through fucking different factions and all this bullshit. Like, I don't even know what they're doing.
No, I don't.
The greatest thing that they've done in AEW was beat the shit out of Matt Hardy just to team up with him again. Make no damn sense.
You know what's an underrated team that's not in their top PWI's top 25? They ain't won shit, but I'd be damned if they're not one of the more entertaining tag teams of the year. It's mostly because I love seeing Sting dive off stuff. Sting and Darby Allin have been a significant team in AEW, and they've kind of done nothing, but they've had really entertaining matches and have been a good team.
The only way that they're gonna get a big payoff with that as a tag team is if the Acclaim lose to a heel tag team that people really fucking can't stand. And I don't think AEW has that. AEW has a lot of tag teams that are fucking a bunch of tweeners, and like, you know, you love to hate them, or they love to be watched, or they're bad guys but they're fucking entertaining in the ring. You know what I'm saying? The Lucha Bros is like that. The Young Bucks is like that. Private Parties like that. Like, every tag team in AEW can do a big show and become a heel or face at the drop of a dime. Remember, the Acclaim were heels, and now they're the biggest baby faces in all of AEW. Like,
yeah, and the Guns and like all these people, it's back and forth, and whatever's going on with the House of Black or the Varsity Blondes and all these other teams they have together.
Watch the House of Black try to recruit Ortiz. I peeped that.
What is this on Dark?
This was it was either Dynamite or Rampage, but they attacked every the fuck body, and then they said Aleister Black was like, "Don't attack him. He's good." And Ortiz was just looking to the side, like, you know, he was just there. But then they continued the beat down on whoever the fuck else was in the ring, and I was just like, is he trying to recruit Ortiz?
Just declared on more damage control. It needs to be booked better. They're okay.
They're being booked okay. Bailey should have won. Bailey should have won the title.
Yeah, they could have had all the belts.
Won the title. She should have won the ladder match.
And then Gerard said, making damage control a female version of the Shield would help elevate the title. Yeah, but
let's not go too far. The Shield is its own
entity. We have a female version of the Shield, and that's called Toxic Attraction.
Toxic Attraction.
Put respect on Mandy's damn name.
Respect Mandy Rose.
Yeah, and if you want to hear something random, Mandy Rose went live before NXT, and they were at the merchandise stand, and for some reason, JC Jane was known as Toasty at one point in her life. That's what I'm going to refer to her as for the rest of her life. Just
Toasty.
Yeah, don't know why. And they asked why, and she was like, "You don't know?" And they were like, "Yeah, you don't know." And she was like, "I'll tell you later." And I was like, "Fuck it, this bitch knows Toasty for the rest of her life. I'll call you Toasty." With that being said, we have breaking news last night on NXT. Damn, I should have brought
tag teams.
Speaking of tag teams, lurking in the crowd was Vincent and what's his name? I don't have the article of everybody.
Bateman?
Yeah, it was Bateman. I don't have names, but they were both lurking in the crowd. I don't know if this was a part of a storyline or they're rumored to join Joe Gacy or Bray Wyatt, but they were lurking in the crowd.
Damn, Down. So psychedelic, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So these guys have been wrestling the Impact. They fought in Ring of Honor. They showed up on an episode of Rampage before, but now they showed up in the NXT crowd in a kind of just very low key, just kind of chilling, basically.
If they signed Vinny Marcellia and Bateman, that's crazy. That's a crazy poach. Triple H poach.
Yeah.
Poaching.
Well, they are poaching. He's in the poaching mode because they during their tryouts, they have Kylie Ray trying out right now. Kobe Carino, I believe, may be signed or is rumored there. Impact Wrestling this week, when everything else news, was stabbed and killed off of Dynamite this week. And the craziest video, this shit made me laugh to death. How many Kermit angles they used, and I was like, the cameraman's complicit with this murder. He's complicit. There's like 8 different cameramen watching a man get stabbed to death. And
Tough.
they edited together. But they're on their way back. Chelsea Green's rumored to come back. Diana Purrazzo is rumored to come back to WWE. They're just
which means that she's gonna lose to fucking no, she already lost.
She already lost to Mickie James, and that's when
Mickie James has one more match left, baby.
Who, if she loses to Jordan Grace, is probably still gonna show up in the Rumble. I can imagine Mickie James in the Rumble one more time. You talking about
one last rodeo, winning the Royal Rumble, and then winning the
last rodeo continues.
Somebody stop her, please.
You can't stop Mickie James. She's gonna go forever.
She's gonna have the super babyface run, bro. One more match, one more time at WrestleMania. Me and you, darling.
Question for Jared: is Kara Hogan going to get a singles push?
She just got kicked out of the baddies, didn't she?
Got kicked out of the baddies. I don't know where her future lies, but I believe she's going to. My theory is she's going to be working with Bow Wow to fight Jade Cargill or some shit like that.
What the fuck?
I don't know what I don't even know what that situation is even what's going on with that.
Oh my god. Why is Bow Wow on my screen?
I don't know. In 2022, really? Man, dude ain't been relevant since like
2022 has been a wild ass year, and I can't wait till we do our breakdowns of like the best of.
All right, who's your favorite celebrity appearance so far on Dynamite, or old rapper? Because we've had Bow Wow, Kevin Gates, Westside Gunn, Rick Ross, and some Westside Gunn isn't the oldest, but I'm just saying, or Kevin Gates. It's just more.
Who's
your favorite rapper? Rick Ross. Rick Ross did the damn thing. Yeah, he did the damn thing. He had 30 seconds, and he cut the definitive promo.
Took the camera. Took it.
You fucking got full
People
Rick
sleeping
Ross.
on Ross the boss. People
Rick
sleeping
Ross
on Ricky Ross the boss.
Rick Ross is someone that needs to be in professional wrestling. He would be a great manager for anybody. Oh yeah, Jermaine Dupri did show up.
We can call the tag team. We can call the tag team. Yo, he said Jermaine Dupri. We can call the tag team MMG. MMG.
Fabulous showed up this year too.
I mean, like Snoop is arguable too. Shaq.
Yep.
Snoop. Damn.
Yeah.
Chucky.
Chucky be rapping. Chucky be got those bars. You don't know. Oh, but there's a lot. But moving on. Speaking of people's last rodeo and not leaving, FTR, who's in our top 3 or whatever tag teams, had a 6-man tag to finish off. It's Ricky Steamboat's last match. I think he's advertising his last match.
The last match that he'll ever have.
But I heard Tony saying he's offering Ricky to come retire on Dynamite.
If they offer Ricky the Dragon Steamboat a contract, it should be a coaching contract. Nothing more, nothing less. Stop it. I like the nostalgia. I love it. got you. I heard you. I see it. Okay, we've seen that it works, but stop it. That atrocity that was the Rock and Roll Express versus the Briscoes was bad. Not bad, but like, the Briscoes know how to save the match. But it was unnecessary. Why am I seeing these old ass niggas up in there fucking flabbergasting in the ring, huffing and puffing? Yeah. Like, did you see Ric Flair's last match? Don't. If you haven't, don't. It's sad.
No. It's sad, and it's one of the most. Sad. Watching that match was the most dramatic thing I may have seen all year, because I'm like, I'm really about to watch a man die right now.
Why is Jeff Jarrett on my screen? Why is he still out here?
So many questions.
He's the king of the mountain. The king of the mountain died in 2008. Damn it! Stop it.
Why is this happening in modern times? But you have all that going on.
JBL, go home. JBL, go home. Stop it. I'm on all of y'all asses. Get the fuck up out of here. Tully Blanchard Promotions. Nigga, Shane Taylor does it better. Stop it. Get the fuck up out of here. What you doing? Go home. So Jake the Snake. Stop. Go home. You're all good. Right. Let Lance be the fucking demon. Let him do his own thing. He's already the murder hawk. He doesn't need extra. Trust me. Go home.
Hey, Lance is like 5 years away from that age of go home, Lance. You're like almost 52. Go home.
Shit.
It's all these old dogs. Goldust is retiring this year, or Dustin. I don't know why I call him.
About fucking time.
And hopefully he goes back and end this Goldust. That'd be nice.
Big Show, don't step in the Paul White. Stop stepping in the ring. We know what you can do. Stop.
What about Sting? What about the Stinger? What about Sting?
Sting, you're old. Stop jumping off the shit. You're crazy uncle.
Go home. Go home, Sting.
Go home.
There's a bunch of old ass wrestlers that need to just stop. But here's me being a hippo in a crate, 100%. As much as I'm sitting all these old ass wrestlers home in the Royal Rumble when Steve Austin come out and that glass hits, I'm not telling him to go home, Jemal. I'm not telling Steve Austin to go home. I'm not telling Steve to go.
He's gonna end up just like Vince with 2 torn quads coming down to the ring.
Nah, you see the shape he in. He's in the shape of his life. When Steve Austin comes down that Rumble in Texas,
oh my God,
it's gonna be old.
I'm gonna be sick. The Rock too, bro.
Hey, he can go.
He got that one match. He's got that one match that has to make sense. If you don't pull the trigger on it, then you lose. Shit. You know what they need to do? You know what they need to promote? Since the Undertaker's all old as fuck, get Sting and the Undertaker one-on-one. Don't give a fuck, and that's it. No matter how bad that match is, the match happened. Let it happen.
Let it happen.
I want to see.
Let it happen. But also, Shawn Michaels got to also appear in this Rumble. It's in San Antonio, and he has to have his last. If he's going to have a last match, Jemal, it can't be that Saudi match. It can't be that Saudi match. It can't be that tag match. Just throw him in the Rumble. He gets eliminated. One more old man.
Cross-eyed outside the fuck up out of here. Back his ass out of here. Get him out of here. You're on NXT doing fucking fake King of the Mountain matches. Stop it. Go home.
Now with us packing up all the old guys and sending them home.
Packing them in.
SmackDown, they're teasing Kurt Angle's having a match.
Kurt Angle. Perk Angle, go home. You're done. Hey, you're over the hell.
If WWE announced they signed Perk Angle, I'm watching every matches because I want to see what flips he's going to do. What's he going to say? I want to see those eyes. I just want to see the eyes, Perk. I just want to see the eyes.
You already got Braun Breaker fucking biting off of his dad and his uncle. That's going to have Scott Steiner come out talking about the big bad booty where?
Apparently, Ricky was trying to see another way to give you an arm drag. Although, in Ricky's defense, he did bet. It was much better than Ric Flair's last match. It was smarter. A lot of the guys did the heavier lifting. He went in, did hit some of his shit, arm drag. He did a finger for a leg lock. He didn't try to do any dives or anything crazy. He kept it sensible. He kept it sensible. I appreciate that one. It was a solid match. It
If
wasn't
you're going
anything
to
that I was
be-
going like, oh God.
If you're going to be an old wrestler, if you're going to be an old wrestler and wrestling these young cats, follow the Dustin Rhodes route, follow the PCO route without being PCO because PCO is crazy. Fucking like, you know, do what Sting is doing except the dives. Like, be sensible. Put
Yeah.
people over. People know Darby Allin because he's been associated with Sting. Okay.
Yeah. Many suggest we put them all in a last man standing match, which would be called the last ride. Mickey, you in there too. Mickey James is in there too. Get your old ass in that match.
Get your old ass up in there, Mickey.
Get your ass in that match. We also have the
Bully
Impact.
Ray is the number
Bully
one
Ray, yeah,
contender.
I was just about to say that.
Oh my God.
The number one
Get the fuck
contender.
out of here.
He's having Scott D'Amore throw timber tantrums and throwing trophies on the ground. And Scott said, fuck you. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. Fuck you.
Follow Devon and just be a producer in the back. Go home.
Go home.
I did like his promo though. That promo was fire. I'm the guy that
he's
drove out of this company. I'm the fucking, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. You need to understand it. I put Dixie to the table. I drove Hogan out the company. I fucked his daughter Brooke. You think I give a damn? You think I give a damn? Basically, what happened for those who haven't been watching Impact, which you should, because honestly, they tell some really good stories, and you see some wild ass shit on there. Bully Ray pulled Josh Alexander's wife out of the crowd after Overdrive. We didn't cover any of this on our show because, you know, I was hurt and I missed it or whatever. But he pulled him out, and then Scott D'Amore throws a tantrum, breaks the trophy. Like, how are you a jackass? How are you a bastard? And then this week, Bully cuts a promo, and he's talking about how he's a piece of shit. Obviously, everybody knows.
I told you this was gonna happen. Y'all didn't believe me. I said I went to his face. I told him in his face what I would do.
And he did. He did. And, you know, and yeah, everybody thought upset about it. And, you know, he's a piece of shit. And that's what it all came down to, basically, at the end. Nice story. This is probably the most interesting Josh Alexander opponent that he's had, though. Even though he is an old dog, you want to pack all these old dogs up. It's the most interesting opponent he's had. Is Bully Ray, because I honestly don't know what's going to happen. Is Bully going to win?
If Bully wins, I don't know, bro. Impact's championship reigns have been lacking for the better part of like 3 months now. Not the stories, not the matches, the reigns lacking. Well, Josh Alexander, great champion. No charisma whatsoever. All he does is he's the modern day Chris Benoit right now. He's a great wrestler. There's no fucking character to him. Yeah. All his opponents are characters.
Yeah, when you see him separated from Ethan Page, you're like, there ain't no much character here. Ethan Page was all the character. And then you look at Ethan Page, there's not much wrestler here. Josh Alexander
was just all ego.
Yeah. Those two guys need each other. Yeah, they're better as a tag team. They complement each other better. But the last few Impact Wrestling title reigns have been kind of lackluster. I mean, Moose had a good reign, but since then, whether it's Omega or Swan in between there, Christian, none of those really actually had
Omega's was interesting for the simple fact that he's wrestling for multiple companies, right?
Yeah.
Right. They should have had Christian beat Omega on Impact Television, not AEW Television, which is where
he beat him on Rampage. He beat him on Rampage.
Son, fucked up, stupid, dumb.
Yep.
And then that's the order: Omega, fucking Christian, Cage, and fucking Alexander. Then Moose.
Moose is in there somewhere. He's sprinkled in there somewhere. I don't remember where, but he had the
glory.
Oh, that's where he got it. Right. That was where he got it. Yeah, you're right. That was when Moose
he celebrated with his wife. What?
You don't care.
Had the kid in the ring. speared his ass, took the title. I'm the real champion. Yes, you are. Oh man. that was Prime Moose. Prime.
Yeah, now he's going to the digital media title. Joe Henry.
Joe Hendry.
Do you have any other thoughts?
I miss Prestige Joe Hendry.
You don't like the current state of Joe Henry, Mr. Say his name and he will appear. Joe Henry.
Joe Hendry. Joe. He's entertaining, but like, God.
Yeah.
Prestige. Bring back the Prestige. I don't care what company. Bring back the Prestige.
Manny is shooting a shot at you. Are you able to do a watch along this Saturday? I don't know what he's referring to either.
That's
Ring of Honor Final Battle or Deadline.
That's a deadline, baby. That's a deadline, baby.
Because there's 2 pay-per-views this week. There's Final Battle and Deadline. Final Battle's coming on at 1 p.m. And it costs $40.
You see this? You see this Samsung Z Fold? See the Fold? The Fold can hold 2 screens, so I can watch both at the same time.
Well, you don't have to do that. They're on at different times. But if you choose to, you can.
No, I'm definitely. I'll be at work, but I will definitely be watching it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be at work, but I'm not starting work until 10 o'clock, so it's okay. I can watch it before.
So Manny is saying it's a yes.
Yes,
I believe that's
absolutely yes. It's a yes.
Oh, Manny shot his shot. Manny's happy. He's like, I have Manny walking outside of his house like Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness.
That's an A-Town down, okay?
A-Town down.
We're watching Deadline. That's an A-Town down.
I'm disappointed I won't be able to join you guys. I'll be, slaving and grinding and stuff, But we'll see. I may just jump in and just see what randomness you guys are talking about.
You know damn well Manny wasn't gonna fucking watch no damn Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
I know he wasn't. I know him or Eric Word. I know. But once I saw the price was $40 for this show that's barely being put together, when it's just basically an AEW show, which they should just advertise if they want to do an AEW show, just do an AEW show. I was already upset. I was like, I'm out.
If they charged $20, I would have paid. That's $20 extra.
Yeah. No, but a Ring of Honor show was what, 15? A normal Ring of Honor show back in the day, 15, 10?
No,
probably?
So Ring of Honor shows was like $24, $25 or something like that. Maybe 30 if you're talking about like anniversary and fucking, Final Battle and stuff like that. But like Best in the World and all that stuff like that, $24 or whatever not. Yeah. But again, I'm a smart wrestling fan. I get the network version of all of the fucking wrestling. So if you have that, then you have the pay-per-view. Yeah. I have Impact Plus. I get all of my pay-per-views. I have fucking Honor Club. I still got Honor fucking Club. They still taking money out of my pocket for Honor Club, and guess what? I get to watch it anyway. You know what I'm saying? I got the.
Do you get Ring of Honor? You get the current Ring of Honor.
I get the current Ring of Honor stuff with the Honor Club that I already own. They didn't take it from me, so I'm grandfathered in, motherfuckers.
Take that, Tony Khan.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Now, once AEW has a definitive, library that I can fucking, AEW Premium or whatever the fuck, then I'll get it. But y'all don't. Y'all trying to use the Fight app. Or y'all in partners with fucking Triller and trying to fucking get shit popping. But
I don't understand. This is something I do not understand, and maybe it's why if I'm AEW, I'm worried about Warner Discovery. Put my shit on HBO Max. We're the same company.
Well,
that should be your streaming service. If I want to watch Rampage, I go to HBO Max. If I want to watch Ring of Honor, you give me Ring of Honor on HBO Max.
And then get the catalog too. Pay Triple H the money.
Peacock that shit. But that's what I'll be worried about. Is like, why aren't you?
See,
Why
this is why I'm disappointed with Triple H, bro. He should have bought Ring of Honor a long ass time ago. Triple H should have bought Ring of Honor. WWE should have purchased Ring of Honor, right? And we would have all of our Ring of Honor shit.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, we would. It would be on Peacock.
Just
Just like ICW, just like Evolve, just like all that shit that they got on there. Boom. It would be on fucking. Oh, I want to watch some old shit. I want to see the old Samoa Joe. Boom. Library right there in front of me.
How pissed. Yeah, but I already see the angry tweets already. How could they not use Final Countdown for Bryan Daniels' theme song in this old video? They Peacock put all that music. We don't own any of this shit. What music are we using for CM Punk? I'll pull that shit.
They do it for ECW. It's no different.
I know. Yeah, it takes away from the show. When you look at ECW, you hear that da 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 da, like generic.
Just don't watch a New Jack.
That's not what I want.
Just don't watch a New Jack match.
It's just bad. It's just bad. I hate that they don't have the music rights to all these older shows. It drives me crazy.
If you want to watch it authentically, then you're gonna have to pick it up from a thrift store, get the DVDs. That's why we still collect them shits. Real ones know. I got an entire catalog of TNA pay-per-views on DVD. I still go back and watch No Surrender fucking 2007. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I feel like I know how we have Raw's retro. I think there's a point where we got to get the old TNA shows because those shits were hilarious.
Yo, if we do a past Impact joint, I have to be on that.
Yeah. I say we pick a show. We pick an Impact show from way back and we just review it one time. One of the show. I don't know which one. But
it's gotta be the Main Event Mafia 2008. Oh, Black Snow. Booker T got great. Booker T got great. He gonna hit him with that thrust kick. Oh. Booker T's going crazy.
He's out of control. He's gonna hit him with that knee. He's gonna hit him with the knee.
He needs to bring back that Black Snow character on fucking NXT, and I'll be happy. Oh.
No. Booker T fits the category to get those old guys out. As in, he is open to showing up in the Rumble this year as well. This is in Texas. He's another one.
Any surprise entrant should be a wrestler that's still wrestling. Rob Van Dam. His old ass gotta, pack it the fuck up out of here too. But again, he can still go.
Texas thing. I think they go a Texas thing.
Yo,
Texas, you in? You for Texas, you in?
Listen to me. Peep this out.
Okay.
If they allow some AEW talent to be in the Royal Rumble,
never.
Or New Japan talent to be in the Royal Rumble just for one night. Imagine you hear the fucking it's mad niggas in the ring. Well, not mad niggas. Let's just say like it's an important somebody in the ring. Seth Rollins is in the ring. Whatever reason, he's holding on to the ropes and this and the third. He finagles his way, tosses out some boob or whatever, not tosses out Akira Tozawa if he's in there. And all of a sudden, you just hear like what the fuck? If you hear like Okada, or even if you hear like the Switchblade song, or if you hear any like New Japan like theme song, even like somebody old like Jushin Liger or Great Muda, like imagine, bro. Oh my god, I would flip my shit.
I can see you flipping out. But I also see a giant Alamo Dome all looking at you and going, "Who?" I'm on the casual WWE fans. Who's Jay White? What he doing here?
But obviously, Jay White will come out with the IWGP Championship, or will Ospreay coming out? Will Ospreay coming out with the United States Championship, or like it could be anybody, literally anybody.
Yeah, Will Ospreay comes out.
For one night only. Tanahashi for one night only, bro.
Tanahashi for one night and John Cena in the ring, and we finally get it.
Yo, John Cena showing up and then Tanahashi. Oh my god, bro.
This for the nerds. This for the nerds. This for us.
Oh my god. I would lose my shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's gonna if we get New Japan person, it's gonna be Hikuleo. Talk about Carl Anderson. You didn't drop the belt to me.
Imagine. But even still, that works. It fucking worked, man. Or any AEW, any Impact, anybody that's not in WWE that is known from another company that shows up just for that one night.
I think the women.
And I'm talking about the Women's Royal Rumble too.
I think the women's are more likely to do it.
Like Jade Cargill showing up, TBS champion Jade Cargill in the Royal Rumble.
Never happening,
bro.
They're not putting them AEW folks on there. None of them. None of them. The AEW people are out.
Well, you can't put the champion on there. I mean, you can, but
those are the days. Well, with all Jemal's hype and hopes and dreams being crushed as he realized this is not happening. And he's just gonna get a bunch of old guys showing up and being like, "Oh, damn it! All right, it's me. William Regal's in the Rumble, I guess." I gotta accept it. Whatever.
Need to get Minoru Suzuki in the Rumble one time. Think of that pop.
Ishii, it's Sherry off Sheamus. 2,000 people are going crazy in the corner over here.
It's gonna be like Sheamus in the ring, and then Suzuki comes in like, woof. Everybody fell for it like the poster. Oh man! All right, well, man.
That concludes our show for today. We went an hour. We covered everything as always. Tag team wrestling, killing off all the old wrestlers, and random speculation of who's going to be in the Rumble. But we realize we're all going to get like Val Venus or somebody in the Rumble.
A high Val Venus.
The people we want. A very high Val Venus. Maybe Ken Shamrock. There's a bunch of
pack his old ass the fuck up out of here too. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're done. You're finished.
You're done. You're finished. Dan Severn, you're done. I saw you. I see you're booked for a show, Dan Severn. You're done. Okay? You're done. Get out of here. No more. Thought you were dead already. Also, there's a new short on the channel. Please check it out. And check us out tomorrow as we cover AEW Dynamite tomorrow. Live at 11 a.m. something time Eastern and whatever BST or whatever. I don't honestly know what time Manny's on. I just know that it's around night. So be sure to check all of that out tomorrow, where the Acclaim will have defeated whoever and whatever's going on Dynamite. It's just like, and Excalibur, stay tuned as Excalibur announced 800 matches that's going to happen over the next 2 weeks. AEW Dynamite, 700 matches scheduled for the next 3 weeks. Ricky Starks, you're not going to win. Oh, wait, they have Dynamite Battle Royal going on tonight where Ricky Starks has decided to enter twice just in case he fails.
Just to enter twice.
You already know what contender. What are you doing here? What are you doing in this match? Oh, yeah, Mark Merrill's going to show up in the Rumble.
Oh, my God. No, please, God. Brock Lesnar and Sable show up.
Yo, when you watch these old Raws, man, if Sable showed up, I think that crowd may go crazy. You're like, oh, she old.
Ridiculous.
What's her old ass doing the Rumble?
Ridiculous.
But see you guys later. Have a good day. We're going to shoot you guys out.
A-Town.
Down. A-Town down. Oh, look, you even have an A. You have an A on your shirt. I feel like you could do something with some improv. A-Town down. A-Town down. What's the future? That boy's the future. That boy good. That boy good. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.